Hey, you. Yeah, you. Guess what? You got a booger in your nose. Better go pick it out, because it's time for Roman B. Reddits. All right, so we are jumping back into some more cheating stories because that seemed to be a little bit fun and or sad last time, and I just thought, why don't we have a little bit more fun and or sad this time, right? Shut up. I have been scouring and digging and digging through stories. Not really, it's like the first one I came across. This one is called, Am I Wrong to Ask My Partner to Cut Contact with the Woman He Cheated on Me With? And from, just the title, I'm going to say, no, it's not. Cut that out. Sorry, I just hit my own ear. But yeah, I mean, most of the time, like I've said in the past, a cheater is a cheater and will always be a cheater. So cut that and get on with your life and make sure that it's a good one. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and start reading, okay? So here we go. Let me just warm up my eyeballs because I can barely read anyways. So it starts. To be clear, this woman is my ex-wife. My partner and I had lived together for 2.5 years, during which time he has been working through their horribly acrimonious divorce that involved lawyers, courts, 5-figure sums of money, and her weaponizing their teenage daughter and trying to turn her against him. That's up, first of all. Bad on you. Not the writer, the lady you're talking. Shut. We're moving on. Without telling me, he inexplicably canceled their divorce process and embarked on a 5-month period of betrayal, gaslighting me every time I confronted him with my, as it turned out to be completely correct, suspicions, telling me I was paranoid, overreacting, etc. I hate gaslighters. All you guys need to just go blow gas into each other's butts, okay? Off somewhere. Genuinely, I don't think they actually slept together. I know conclusively from her that they hadn't had physical relations for 10 years before the marriage broke down. But I still consider it cheating that he two-timed us and resumed his marriage with her, unloving and passionless as it was, before doing me the courtesy of being honest and breaking up with me first. That is absolutely cheating. I'm sorry to this guy, not really, because he's a piece of but that is a form of cheating. Emotional cheating is still cheating. Sorry, you don't have to put your winky into something for it to be cheating, all right? You don't got to put your tongue into somebody's teeth for it to be cheating, all right? Cheating can definitely be emotional, all right? So get that in your heads for anybody who don't think it is. Bad song. Accumulated with him moving out of our shared home and back in with her without telling me first. I found out 4 weeks later from a third party while I was abroad and alone. Aw. And the whole time believing he was still my partner. The whole saga was horribly traumatic, and I'm sure that it was. Pieces of can generally traumatize you in just unimaginable ways. And I'm super sorry that you had to deal with that, because this is beyond up, and maybe he should have his wiener just rightly or wrongly. 4 months later, we agreed to try again on a basis that we still loved one another. He moved back into my house 6 months ago. I made it a condition that he cut ties with his wife, and with the exception of discussing that their now 18-year-old daughter and whatever contact is necessary to finalize their divorce. I think this is reasonable. I conceded that they still need to co-parent, but in order to rebuild trust after two-timing, for my peace and well-being, I need it fully established that his loyalty is with me and me alone. And it should be, because if you want to eventually get married to this guy, he does need to first get a divorce. I'm pretty sure that's how it works legally. I'm pretty sure that you can't be married to 2 people at once. So, the guy needs a cutter out of his life. I mean, he obviously does have a kid, and he is gonna have to co-parent, but at the same time, he doesn't need to be speaking like emotionally with this lady. He doesn't need to be texting emotionally. He doesn't need to have any sort of relationship outside of being a co-parent with her. If If it was me, I mean, I would have been done like just a minute ago, after like the first paragraph. But it's not me, it's you, and I'm not always right. So let's keep going and move on and see what happens. However, he is now complaining that he doesn't want to be controlled or be told what to do by me. He has twice gone out for coffee with her because she claimed she wanted a shoulder to cry on. Ruh-roh. Yeah. No. She messages him all the time about random things, and he always replies, even though, by his own admission, she is horribly manipulative and just uses him. I do not consider myself a controlling person. I've never once before dictated who he can and cannot see, but I think it is fair enough that I don't want him to continue unnecessary contact with the woman he betrayed me with. Question mark. That should be a period. He doesn't seem to care how much it hurts me and causes me anxiety. He just dismisses me and gets annoyed when I explain it to him. And it looks like he learned a little manipulation of his own from his ex-wife, possibly, and or just himself, because he, you know, who knows? He may have, it might not have just been him as a manipulative partner in their past relationship. There can be two manipulative, that's four, there can be two manipulative there can be two manipulated, man, I can't talk. There can be two of those types of people in a relationship. Believe it or not, it just can happen that way. So, yeah, I would definitely, I'd be bouncing. But again, it's not, this isn't my story, this is your story. So, setting aside that I need to decide whether I made a mistake in taking him back after all the hurtful things he did to me, is it right when he says that I am wrong to ask him to cut contact with her other than when necessary to co-parent? No, it's not. It's absolutely not. His shoulder should not be hers to cry on. That's your shoulder. You own that shoulder. Well, you don't own it, but you want to own it, I think, right? Are you wanting to get married to this guy still? I probably wouldn't be if it was me, but, you know, do you want to? Too long didn't read version. My partner of 2 years betrayed me with his ex-wife and moved out of the home we shared to get back together with her, all without telling me. I was abroad at the time, rightly or wrongly. We got back together, and as a condition of rebuilding relationship, I've asked him to cut contact with her and other than to co-parent, but he refuses. Am I in the wrong? Again, no, you're not. For one, he cheated on you emotionally. That's it. No, but I mean, to be serious though for just a second, I mean, like I said, emotionally cheating is a form of cheating. And you just cannot have that in a relationship, because if you lose trust, well, trust is a must, and without it, you know, you're a bust. So you can't hang around with that. But that's, you know, we're not here to just hear what I have to say. We're gonna go down and read the comments too. All right, so the first comment says, "Gonna be blunt. You're choosing this bull for yourself. They are making you look like a clown. He is toxic and bonded to his ex, and any woman entertaining that man is a fool." I don't like calling people fools, but the rest of the most of the parts of what he had just said makes sense. You know, you don't want to entertain that type of stuff because it's always going to bite you in the ass. It sounds like that he is really emotionally tied to his ex-wife. I can tell you from somebody who's been in a really good relationship that has been extremely hard to get over. It can be really, really near impossible for somebody to get over, you know, somebody that they have been with and that they loved. And regardless of what kind of like relationship and everything that they had, I'm guessing that he does still love her. So if I were you, I would boot scoot boogie out of there as fast as possible. All right. Now, she did respond to this comment saying, "My fears exactly. I appreciate your bluntness," which is awesome because most people don't appreciate bluntness, but you seem like you're one of them, which is good. That means you're not just a dum-dum. You're something. All right. So Let's keep going though. Let's keep reading, see what other people have to say. This person says, if he didn't complete the divorce process, then aren't you considered his AP? I don't know. You should leave him immediately ASAP, because the legal wife can sue you for having an illicit relationship with her husband. It still depends on which state or country you live in though. Yikes. From what I see, your husband is good at manipulating you. If you ever decide to leave him, I wish you can find someone that will truly respect you and love you. Yeah, exactly that, because like I said a few moments ago, it sounds like this guy wasn't just being manipulated by her in the past, but he probably also did some manipulation himself, and they sound like a partnership made in hell. So, you know, just let them get back together and do their fucking thing, because that's what he wants to do anyways. It sounds like. Does it sound like? Sounds like. Okay, so OP responded, my partner and his wife were separated when we got together. It was only the legal side and financial settlement that hadn't been concluded. They'd been in the courts for over 2 years wrangling it out, so it's not unreasonable that he would enter into another relationship during that time. He and I live together in a rental property. We're in the UK and it's not an issue here. I wouldn't be considered an affair partner. That's what it meant. I wouldn't be considered an affair partner here. In any case, in the UK, our divorces are no fault, which means you can't cite adultery. Thank you for your kind words on finding someone who will love me better. I think you're right. And I think you're right, and I'm thinking he's right. I think you're right, I'm thinking they're right. This person says, if he is still married, then he is not cheating on OP. He is cheating on his wife. That's true, in a sense. He is just using OP as his side piece while he works out things with his wife. He and his wife sound crazy, both of them do. But they also seem to be bonded together in their craziness. OP would be best advised to break up and go to North Carolina and see what with the guy so as to protect her own sanity, and go non-consensual with the guy. What? I don't know what that means. What does NC mean? Is she suggesting you to go no clip? I don't know. Anywho's, we're gonna move on to the next one because I'm confused. This person says, why is this even a question? This asshole should be your ex already. Nobody should have to put up with such disrespect. Have some respect for yourself and get rid of this clown. OP responds and says, thank you. It's hard to see it when you're in the middle of it, but you're right. So again, round of applause for OP, because she is actually taking some of the to heart and understanding it, and not just, you know, boo-hooing about it and, you know, not going anywhere with any of it, as a lot of people do. Why did I emphasize people? A lot of people do. A lot of people do. That's how it should have sounded. Hey, I'm Roman. How are you? This person says, no, it's not wrong. You are not controlling him by asking him to set boundaries. He has a choice and is choosing not to accept your line. Now you have to make a choice and leave him, or be okay with this guy, that this guy is not going to change. His actions are louder than words. Exactly. His actions are extremely loud, so loud that I had to put on my earmuffs just to read this fucking story. And OP responded, thank you for your kind words, very much appreciated. So yeah, I mean, if I were you, I would be out of there. I would be out like Scout from To Kill a Mockingbird. I would be gone, rooney dooney. But that's going to be a choice that you're going to have to make, and I can't make it for you. You're just going to have to make it. Will you make it? I don't know. I can't tell the future. I will say that it sounds like you're a very kind person. You're a very loving person, and you deserve way better than this guy has to offer, because he sounds like a fool. I told you I don't like calling people fools, but I'm going to call him a fool. He's a fool. You're a fool. You're a fool, guy. Fool. You guy. But anyways, yeah, you always have to look after your own happiness. You can't be chasing people around. You know, I'm not saying that you're chasing him, but like you can't like keep holding on to something that's not there, because you know that it's not there. You know that it's not there. You know that it's not there. So stop tricking yourself. Take care of your mind. It's the only one you have. And find somebody better, because this guy is just going to keep fucking your heart up and your brain up and every little bit of you until he's done using you and figures out what he wants to do, which, I'm sorry, it doesn't sound like it's you. I say that out of the kindness of my heart, but it is what it is, you know. I hope that you find someone who cares, because this guy doesn't, all right? And like I always say, you always need to take care of yourself first. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to repeat it again. Take care of yourself first, okay? Everybody out there who is dealing with something like this, cut ties, find your happiness, learn to be okay with yourself alone, and then move on. Just move on, please, because I don't want to see you hurt, okay? I just don't want it for you. Oh, but anyways, man, cheaters suck. So yeah, I hope that everybody enjoyed this little story right here. We'll be back with more of them at a later date. But as for right now, this is where we're gonna cut it. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you think that this guy is a piece of shit? Do you agree with her, him? Where on the, you know, on the scales do you fall? And do you think that, don't you think she should just get out of there? I think so. I think so. I think she deserves somebody way better. So that's what I'm going to say, and that's where we're leaving it, because I think that you deserve way better, and everybody deserves way better than this. Each and every one of you, all of you, need to find somebody to love. All right? So, anyways, I hope you had a good time with this. How do you have a good time with a cheating story? I hope that you've enjoyed your stay. Like I said, leave comments down below. Please like this video and ring that bell right over there, and ring that bell right over there. That way you know when we're kicking it, because we're always kicking it, and I want you to be here each and every day. So know that I love you. Please, if you have a moment and you can check out my Patreon, I'd greatly appreciate it. It's just right over there. We're looking to grow and expand this channel into something way bigger than what it is already. So if you're able to contribute, I would greatly appreciate it, because it is getting hard to make ends meet. That's not your fault though. That, you know, that's just life sometimes. So anyways, if you can't, just know that I 100% understand. I appreciate you just hanging out, liking the video, commenting. That's payment enough, so thank you for doing that, you know. But anyways, I love you guys. Till the next time, deuces, and I promise you that I will see you with more stories in the future when I see you. Y'all stay safe.